My wife, Jonah, starts this whole circus. She wants to prove her bestie's husband is the real prize. So she keeps asking him to hike and exercise. Very subtle. In one burst of anger, I turn around and divorce her. The moment I walk out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, Jonah gets in the car without looking back. Then she calls her dear best friend. She cheerfully announces she is finally free today. She tells her to call her husband out. Tonight, they are going bar hopping all night. She plans to drink until the floor waves back. Meanwhile, I feel lighter than ever. I look up at the clear blue sky. For the first time, I can almost see my future. A voice congratulates me, Su Fu Hai, on being reborn. Apparently, I bind with a super rich life system. A beginner fund of 100 million yuan is issued. That sudden prompt rings out. I nearly jump out of my skin. Maybe I'm just too happy. Am I hallucinating now? Divorce has bonus features? Then my phone buzzes with a little toot toot. I pull out my phone. The balance shows 100 million. My eyes go wide instantly. Inside, I am shocked and wildly thrilled. Somehow, I avoid embarrassing myself in public. I plan to wash off bad luck at Dihao Bath Center. But just as I reach the third floor, a familiar voice calls me Old Sue. She asks if it is me, and my ears recognize trouble. I turn and see someone I know. And right now, I really do not want to know her. The person in front of me is none other than Lin Mishue, my ex-wife, Jonah's best friend. She is wearing a loose bathrobe, but it hides absolutely none of her dramatic proportions. I take one look. Then I quickly move my eyes. Survival instinct wins. I greet Mishue and call it quite a coincidence. My brain offers me no better script, so I can only say hello. She says she did not expect to see me here. Lin Mishue also looks a little awkward, but there is a tiny spark of excitement too. Her best friend Jonah is just divorced, and now she is here, meeting that friend's ex-husband in this place. It feels like some invisible line gets nudged by a toe. She brings up what happened between Jonah and me. She says she just heard, and it is a pity. After all these years, she never thought we would reach this point. I tell her there is nothing to pity. She knows our situation well enough. Separating is freedom for both of us. Before, I stayed for the child. Now the child has grown up. The kid understands things, and suffering together helps nobody. So it is better to let go. Let both of us chase the lives we actually want. Lin Mishue smiles as she speaks. She says Jonah simply did not know how to cherish me. She says I am such a good man, Brother Su. In the future, I will surely find someone better. I know Lin Mishue is just comforting me casually. Still, I politely nod and thank her. Then I remember something and call her Mishue. I ask what she does now. Is she still working at that sales office? She says yes, 5 or 6 years already. She has nowhere better to go. Lin Mishue shakes her head. Then she sighs. I ask what is wrong. Is that not our biggest real estate company? I heard their benefits are pretty good. She says that was before, Brother Su. She reminds me I know the situation. The property market is not doing well now. Houses are getting harder and harder to sell. She says they are almost eating dirt now. Lin Mishue says it with another sigh. I ask if that is really true. I pretend I do not believe it. Speaking of houses, I happen to have something to ask. It is like I suddenly remember it. Jonah and I have divorced. I leave with nothing on paper. So at the moment, I have nowhere to stay. I could squeeze into the company dorm. But now I am worth over 100 million. No need to suffer like a budget monk anymore. Lin Mishue asks what it is, Brother Su. She says she will help if she can. Lin Mishue says it with a cheerful smile. She even pats her chest. 2 muffled thumps make my heartbeat misbehave. I ask if she has renovated places that I can move into right away. She says of course, and I finish asking. She realizes I want a house. The moment she hears me say that, Lin Mishue instantly perks up. I say yes, she knows Jonah and I split. So of course I need a place. I say it as naturally as ordering tea. She says there absolutely is one, Brother Su. She wants to take me to see it right now. After hearing me, Lin Mishue forgets all about the steam room. She grabs me and heads out. I ask what the rush is. I have not even enjoyed the service yet. She says finding a house is the big thing. After the house is settled, we can come back. She tells me to wait here a moment. She will change back into her clothes first. Hearing Lin Mishue say that, I think it over. Honestly, she has a point. Sure, I am loaded now. I will not exactly end up sleeping under a bridge. But buying a house has to happen sooner or later. Since I have run into Lin Mishue, and since she is this enthusiastic, I may as well take a look. I sit in the lobby and wait only a short while. Lin Mishue comes out after changing. It is just a simple work outfit. But Lin Mishue somehow makes it look very different. I take a deep breath. I try to calm my slightly speeding heartbeat. She asks how I came here. I say I came by taxi. She asks about me while looking me up and down. I tell her I rode here. Maybe we should go separately. We can meet in front of her company. As I say that, I walk toward my newly bought TMEX 560. She starts to agree, then asks if that is my ride. Lin Mishue stops halfway through her words, because she suddenly notices. I am standing beside a very handsome motorcycle, and I climb straight onto it. I say yes, I just bought it. I pick up the thread naturally. My answer comes out calm and casual. Then I put on my helmet. Lin Mishue keeps talking. At the same time, she cannot stop studying the bike. She says it is gorgeous and asks the price. She does not really understand motorcycles, but that full-body premium feeling tells her. This thing is definitely not cheap. Just as I wonder how to answer, a guy nearby compliments my bike. He recognizes it as the new TMEX 560. A Harley rumbles to a stop beside us. The rider takes off his helmet. Then he greets me warmly. He says this bike is pretty hard to get. Fully landed, it costs around 170 or 80,000. I smile and nod. I chat with him for a few casual lines. The speaker means nothing by it, but the listener absolutely hears everything. Lin Mishue hears this cool-looking motorcycle actually costs 170 or 80,000. Her eyes go wide. She has worked at Hengshuan real estate for over 6 years. Only last year did she grit her teeth and buy a small commuter car, and even that is on installments. But this two-wheeled motorcycle in front of her is worth about 2 of her little cars. Lin Mishue does not understand motorcycles. No matter how she thinks about it, she cannot see why a bike costs more than a car. Then she looks at me again. Suddenly, Lin Mishue feels she cannot read me anymore. She heard Jonah say, I handed over my full salary every month and had less than 500 to spend. But right after divorce, I am dressed in brands. Now I am riding this pricey motorcycle too. She wonders if I am some hidden rich guy. Maybe I was pretending to be weak all along. But with Jonah being so sharp, how did she miss it for so long? Lin Mishue starts to feel she has uncovered a massive secret. She asks to ride on my motorcycle, Brother Sue. She says taking a taxi is too much trouble, and the bike is faster anyway. I tell her sure, hop on. Hearing Lin Mishue say that, I do not think too much about it. I pat the back seat. I signal for her to get on. Lin Mishue sits on the back of my motorcycle. She looks at my back. She hesitates for a moment. Then she gently wraps both hands around my waist. I feel a pair of soft little hands. They settle right against my waist. I cannot help shivering. My self-control clocks in overtime. I work hard to clear the nonsense from my head. Then I focus on riding into the traffic. We arrive in the sales hall. Lin Mishue switches into work mode fast. She grabs a thick folder of listings. While flipping through it, she starts asking me questions. She asks what kind of place I want to rent, Brother Sue. I say I want a fully furnished place ready to move in, but not to rent. If there is something suitable, I want to buy it directly. When she hears me, Lin Mishue is instantly shocked. She really never expects Brother Sue, freshly divorced from Jonah, to immediately start buying a house. Watching surprise cover Lin Mishue's face, I find it a little funny. And honestly, a little satisfying. Still, I do not dislike this version of Lin Mishue. We are all adults. Who does not have a few little calculations? Especially someone like Lin Mishue. Beautiful, and very aware of how to use her advantages. To me, watching this woman get shocked again and again is actually pretty entertaining. I tell her renting is too much trouble. Then I would still have to think about moving. I ask her to check for me. Does Jinjiang Garden still have any large flats that fit? And it must be fully furnished, ready for immediate move-in. Renovating it myself would be too much trouble. I say it with a smile. She repeats, Jinjiang Garden's large flat. Hearing my words, Lin Mishue nearly suspects she is hearing things. Jinjiang Garden, after all, that is the city's top residential district. It is built along the river, right in the bustling city center, quiet in the middle of noise. Fancy people love that phrase. Inside the compound, most buildings are elevator garden houses under 6 floors. The Central King building has giant flats of over 600 square meters. Lin Mishue once showed clients the model units twice. That unmatched luxury and grand style shocked her deeply and made her envy it almost to madness. Yet here I am, usually looking honest and plain, saying I want to buy a Jinjiang Garden large flat. She wonders if I am dreaming. She asks if I am joking, Brother Sue. Jinjiang Garden is nearly 30,000 per square meter. Even the smallest large flat is over 200 square meters. I ask if they only have 200 square meters. That feels a bit small, since I remember the ads. The King building in the center had a 680 square meter furnished luxury flat. I ask if it is still available. She asks why I am asking, Brother Sue. Lin Mishue stammers a little. I say I am asking because I want to buy it. What else? Ask for fun. I say it, amused by her reaction. At Unit 601, Lin Mishue nervously opens the door. She even gives me shoe covers. Then the two of us walk straight inside. The moment I enter, before I even see the main hall, the huge entryway already catches my eye. Compared with this place, my old 106 square meter 3-bedroom feels cramped enough to ask for charity. Then we reach the master bedroom, and I see the 2.2 meter super bed. The satisfaction in my eyes grows stronger. Such a spacious solid wood bed looks extremely comfortable. Of course, with a beauty beside it, it would be even better. Thinking of that, I cannot help glancing at Lin Mishue beside me. To be fair, Lin Mishue is already in her 30s, but that mature charm of hers is not something a green young girl can match. At minimum, she scores above 85. As if she senses my gaze, Lin Mishue's face warms up, but she does not dodge my eyes. There is even a tiny secret joy in her eyes. After viewing the bedroom, we briefly look around the other rooms. I am very satisfied. I ask how much the place costs. She says the fixed price is 30 million. Then she carefully says, Brother Sue, maybe she should show me other places. Lin Mishue says it softly. I say I have seen enough. This is the one. I tell her to handle the paperwork. I say it easily, almost cheerfully. She blurts out, Brother Sue. She asks if I really want to buy this place. It costs 30 million. When she hears me, Lin Mishue's eyes instantly widen. She repeats, Brother Sue. She asks again if I'm buying this place. She reminds me again it is 30 million. I say yes, I like this house. Surely she is not telling me it cannot be bought. I say it half-jokingly. Watching Lin Mishua get shocked by me again and again greatly satisfies my new little hobby. Lin Mishua nods with difficulty. Then she goes downstairs with me to handle the procedures. The whole way, Lin Mishua looks dazed. Only when I take out my bank card to pay does she seem to wake up. Jinjiang Gardens King Flat sells for 30 million. Even the sales manager is so excited the whole sales office gathers around. They surround Lin Mishua and me. They watch me insert the card into the POS machine. I enter the password, and the payment succeeds. A long receipt slides out of the POS machine. The manager congratulates Mr. Su. He says I am now Jinjiang Gardens' most honored owner. Then he leads all the sales staff. In a deep group, bow to me. Lin Mishua realizes it really sold. Looking at the scene before her, she swallows with difficulty. Manager Ma tells Xiaolin that Mr. Su is their most honored owner. From now on, she handles everything with me. No matter what request I have, she must satisfy it unconditionally. He asks if she heard him. Manager Ma comes to Lin Mishua's side. He speaks very seriously. Hearing the meaning in Manager Ma's words, especially that phrase, unconditionally satisfy, Lin Mishua seems to think of something. She nods with a red face. When we leave Hengshuan real estate again, she sits on the back of my motorcycle. This time, Lin Mishua naturally wraps her arms around my waist. After the bike starts, she hesitates for a moment, then gently leans her body against my back. I am concentrating on riding. Suddenly, on both sides of my back, a warm, soft feeling appears that makes me grip the handlebars firmly. Luckily, a high-end motorcycle has excellent balance, so no accident happens. Thank you, engineering. Behind me, Lin Mishua's heartbeat speeds up sharply. Several times, she wants to sit back up, but then she thinks of Jinjiang Garden and that 680 square meter super luxury flat. She cannot quite make that decision. In the end, she simply buries her head against my back. She breathes in the leather scent from my high-end jacket and somehow feels a little drunk on it. Intai Department Store, the biggest and most upscale mall in the city. Just a few hours ago, I came here to upgrade my wardrobe. I spent over 200,000. I did not expect to come charging back so soon. In the past, places this fancy, I basically visited less than twice a year. The two of us walk into the mall side by side. Along the way, I feel plenty of envy from other men. We head straight to the 4th floor. Following Lin Mishua's suggestion, I buy 4 sets of high-end branded bedding. Then I add some daily necessities. Another 100,000 plus flies out. Watching me buy without blinking, Lin Mishua's eyes grow brighter and brighter. Her body also seems softer and softer. This familiar man beside her looks taller and taller in her eyes. Strange, mysterious, and enough to make her desperately curious. The bedding alone costs over 100,000. It fills several big bags. My wallet is doing cardio. Naturally, the store provides full door-to-door service. After I swipe my card and leave the address, I stop worrying. Then I bring Lin Mishua to the 2nd floor. This floor is packed with luxury boutiques. I walk straight into one branded store. Lin Mishua looks at the room full of bags and clothes. Desire quietly shines on her face. I casually take a women's bag from the shelf. The saleswoman greets me politely. She says it is their brand's new seasonal handbag. It suits my female companion's style perfectly. The price is 28,000 yuan. I simply say I will buy it and swipe the card. Then I take the handbag from the clerk. I hand it to Lin Mishua casually. I say it is for her, and Lin Mishua lights up. She has been shopping with me half the day. That is tiring too, so I call it a small gift. I pat the back of her hand. I say it with a smile. Lin Mishua thanks me, calling me Brother Su. She is almost glowing with joy. After thanking me, she takes the handbag and studies it again and again. The more she looks, the more she likes it. Right then, a sharp female voice suddenly rings out. Zhona calls out to Mishua. She asks why Mishua is here with me. Lin Mishua looks up and calls her Nana. She sees Zhona standing at the store entrance. She never expects Zhona to appear here. Beside Zhona, there is also a man. Lin Mishua knows him too. He is Zhona's first love, Ma Zhendong. The 4 of us stare at one another. The air turns cold instantly. Luxury air conditioning, emotional edition. At the store entrance, Lin Mishua, Zhona, Ma Zhendong, and I stand facing each other. All 4 of us just stare. Silence stretches for more than 10 seconds. Zhona finally cannot hold it in. She breaks the silence first. She demands to know what is going on with me. She asks why I am with Mishua. Her tone is full of interrogation. Her face looks very ugly too, because she has noticed. Lin Mishua's hand is holding a branded handbag. Judging by the style, it is this year's newest model. Even though Lin Mishua is her best friend, whether at work or in life, Zhona always likes competing in secret. That new handbag costs at least 20 or 30,000. That instantly makes her feel. The 6,000 yuan bag Ma Zhendong just bought her has lost its flavor. What she finds even harder to accept is, she has just divorced me, and I am already here with her best friend. In a luxury store, no less. The fire in her heart shoots up like a sales sign. Hearing Zhona question me, my face stays cold. I look over her and the man beside her. Then I calmly address Zhona. I ask if she has forgotten something. Our divorce paperwork is already done. Who I am with now has nothing to do with her. After that, My gaze sweeps over Ma Zhendong. With a hint of mockery, I add something else. I congratulate them. Now they can finally pair up openly. No more inventing business trips or lame overtime excuses to fool me. Hearing my words, embarrassment and anger flash across Zhou Na's face. She is embarrassed because her ex-husband exposes those old matters in public. She is angry because the usually honest Dolmy actually dares talk to her like this. Zhou Na snaps, accusing me of talking nonsense. She denies making excuses to fool me. She says she and Zhendong were only ordinary friends before. She says she always knew I was petty. I look honest on the surface, she says. But deep down, she claims I have problems. Now, she says, my true nature finally shows. She declares she has finally seen through me. I quietly watch Zhou Na lose control. She tries hard to put me down. I have lived through this scene for 16 years. It is far too familiar. 16 years, and this woman has not changed at all. In her eyes, I am always the one who owes her. I am never good enough for her. Whenever she gets a chance, she belittles me. She criticizes me until I am worth nothing. If I were not strong inside, she might have tortured me into doubting myself long ago. I wait until Zhou Na finishes. I say their relationship does not need explaining to me. What she thinks of me does not matter either. I still have things to do. So I tell them to continue without me. After speaking, I head straight out of the store. Seeing my cold, indifferent expression, Zhou Na's anger burns hotter. For some reason, even though we are already divorced, even though everything has gone her way, and she has taken all the property, seeing me like this, she still cannot hold down the fire inside. This useless man in her eyes. How dare he ignore her like this? What does he have to be proud of? She thought seeing her with Ma Zhendong would make me regretful and jealous, maybe even drive me crazy. But she sees none of that, and I have moved so quickly that I am already shopping with another woman. Her own best friend, of all people. Life does enjoy seasoning. As I walk past her, Zhou Na can no longer suppress her anger. She grabs my arm. She says I cannot leave until I explain myself. She refuses to let me go. I ask Zhou Na what madness this is. We are already divorced. There is no relationship between us anymore. Does she need me to remind her again? I look at her hand grabbing my clothes. I say it with a frown. Zhou Na ignores my question, because right now, she discovers another shocking thing. My jacket is actually from that brand. On the mannequin beside her, there is the exact same piece. The price tag is 28,000, and the rest of my clothes do not look cheap either. Zhou Na usually follows luxury brands, so she recognizes them at a glance. Now the fire in her heart burns even hotter. This man actually buys clothes this expensive. She herself usually cannot bear to buy them. The priciest outfit in her closet was only bought during a discount, and even that cost just over 10,000. At this moment, Zhou Na only cares about being angry. She completely forgets. She usually bought my clothes online. Cheap street stall stuff worth a few dozen yuan. Almost nothing she bought me ever passed 100. Zhou Na snaps that I really have some nerve. She says I'm something else. She accuses me of hiding expensive clothes from her. She asks where I got the money. Did I secretly save it behind her back? She demands to know how much there is. Zhou Na stares at me with wide eyes. She is almost out of control. I ask if only she is allowed to wear designer clothes and use cosmetic sets worth thousands, while I can only wear street clothes worth a few dozen. Then I say her name again. I remind Zhou Na one more time. We are divorced. What clothes I buy and who I spend time with have nothing to do with her. I ask if she thinks she is reaching too far. I glance back at Lin Mishue standing there. She looks a little at a loss. A faint smile lifts the corner of my mouth. Then I beckon to her. I signal for her to come over. Lin Mishue is extremely conflicted right now. Her best friend has caught her, together with that friend's ex-husband, and she has just accepted my gift. Of course she feels guilty. She is wondering how to explain it to Zhou Na, but then she remembers my grand performance this afternoon, and that 30 million yuan mansion. A struggle flashes through Lin Mishue's eyes. In the end, she obediently walks to my side. I say I owe Zhou Na no explanation, but since she insists on hearing it, I do not mind telling her. As I say this, I glance beside me. Lin Mishue looks a little embarrassed, but she stands firmly behind me. I understand her choice right away. I explain that Mishue sells real estate. This afternoon, I bought a place at her company's Jinjiang garden, so her company sent her to help me pick bedding. I ask what problem there is. Tiny question, giant bomb. Zhou Na blurts out about buying a house. She asks if I, Su Fuhai, really bought one, and in Jinjiang garden too. After hearing me, Zhou Na looks utterly disbelieving. Her voice jumps several levels. Jinjiang garden is a star property brand in Fusher, a proper core location, a high-quality luxury residence. Ma Zhendong, who has not squeezed in a word, finally addresses me, Su Fuhai. He says he heard I bought at Jinjiang garden. He calls it hilarious. Right now, he looks at me like I am the joke. He asks if I know the price there. How much per square meter now, he wonders. He knows I am Zhou Na's ex-husband. But Ma Zhendong has no real scruples. Long ago, he already knew. The man in Zhou Na's family was famous for being too honest, with no temper at all before Zhou Na. As for work, I am just an ordinary worker in a small unit. A fixed salary a little over 10,000 a month. After more than 10 years on the job, I never even made middle management. A man like that, in his eyes, is a useless coward. What is there to fear? Because of that old impression of me. After hearing my words, he cannot help mocking me. Hearing Ma Zhendong, I turn my head slightly. My gaze rests calmly on him. Under that gaze, for some reason, Ma Zhendong actually starts to panic. He feels today's me is not quite the man he remembers. Though I do not speak to him, I seem to press down on him invisibly. I watch Ma Zhendong for a moment. Then I withdraw my gaze. I do not want conflict with Ma Zhendong here. Not because I am afraid. I simply think he is not worth it. No need. He is just the owner of a mid-range hotel. All his assets combined are probably 20 or 30 million at most. In the past, Ma Zhendong would be someone I looked up to. But now, forget everything else. Nearly 70 million cash still lies in my bank card. And the system in my hand is my real confidence. Of course, not fighting now does not mean this matter ends here. Even an honest man is still a normal man. Past debts and the shame placed on me. I remember every entry clearly. In the days ahead, I will settle them slowly. As for now, I will collect a little interest first. I turn to Lin Mishua beside me. I ask Mishua to tell them, am I joking or not? Lin Mishua has been waiting for my reaction. She was a little nervous before, but when she hears my sentence, she instantly understands what I mean. In her heart, she apologizes to Nana. She really does not mean to stab her bestie's heart. But Jonah was simply too blind before. She failed to keep a gold mine right beside her. Who can she blame? That thought flashes through Mishua's mind. Then Mishua puts on a professional expression. She faces Ma Zhendong. With a smile, she says Mr. Su Fuhai paid 30 million in full this afternoon. He bought Unit Wang, Building 6, in Jinjiang Garden. A 680 square meter large flat. He is her company's most honored client. Her words make the scene fall silent. Zhou Na and Ma Zhendong freeze in place. Both struggle to digest that heavy information. Especially Zhou Na, when she hears 30 million and 680 square meter large flat. Those words stab her eyes. Her fingertips tremble out of control. She feels dizzy all over. Her first reaction is that this is impossible. Zhou Na's heart churns like a storm. What kind of man is Su Fuhai? After sharing a bed for so many years, she knows best, or thinks she does. She controlled my money tightly. Forget 30 million, even 3,000. She doubts I could take it out. But Lin Mishua's firm look does not seem fake. After all, something like this is easy to verify. Zhou Na locks her eyes onto mine. The surrounding noise seems to vanish at once. The color drains from her face. Her clenched fingers turn pale and shake. With a dark face, she questions me word by word about 30 million. She asks where I got so much money. Her sharp voice cannot hide the shock, or the towering anger and disbelief. Listening to Zhou Na's harsh interrogation, and that unchanged attitude of 16 years, still arrogant from above, I stand where I am, and let out a deep sigh. For 16 whole years, I lived inside this suffocating pressure, this dazzlingly ugly scene before me. Every little detail is almost painfully familiar. I understand better than she does how hard 30 million hits her, from how she nearly grinds her teeth. While saying that number, I can feel her rage and loss of control. Luckily, this woman has nothing to do with me anymore. That suffocating low pressure has become distant past tense. I no longer have to worry about my daughter's feelings. I no longer have to swallow everything, or force myself to maintain a family that looked whole, but was already torn to pieces underneath. I ask if I cannot have earned it myself. I drop the words calmly, one by one. My cold gaze again moves over her and Ma Zhendong. Slowly, like a quiet blade, I tell Zhou Na there are things I never say. That does not mean I do not know them. I ask her to speak with conscience. With everything she has done, how does she have the face to ask me that? After that, I ignore Zhou Na's expression. I shake off her hand, then walk away without looking back. She never imagined the man who bowed to her for 16 years would dare speak to her like this. Zhou Na shouts for me to listen. She says if I do not explain this, she will not be done with me. Hearing Zhou Na roar behind me, I wave without turning back. The me of now has changed completely inside. A new life is waiting for me. I will never let this woman control my mind again. After I leave, the three of them stand there awkwardly. Lin Mishua tries to smooth things over. Instead, she lights Zhou Na's temper again. Zhou Na grows more and more agitated. She ignores the growing crowd and starts listing every wrong I supposedly did to her. One by one, she shakes them out. Seeing this, Lin Mishua stands there and secretly shakes her head. After knowing Zhou Na for so many years, she knows that explosive temper too well. All she can say is my full-price house purchase really hit Zhou Na hard. Otherwise, she would not test boundaries like this in public. After all, this best friend of hers always values face the most. She cares terribly about pride. Meanwhile, Ma Zhendong watches coldly from the side. Seeing this scene, his face instantly shows open irritation and impatience. Before, he secretly kept contact with this woman, only because Zhou Na still had some beauty. Plus that special married woman status gave him a forbidden thrill. It gives Ma Zhendong a forbidden little novelty, and a bit of excitement. Classy? Not exactly, but he never expects that Zhou Na would really handle the divorce so decisively, and after the divorce, rush over happily to talk marriage with him. On top of that, Zhou Na just loses it in public at the mall. The tiny bit of goodwill Ma once had for Zhou Na in his heart instantly evaporates by more than half. And besides, seeing Zhou Na hysterical in public, he feels something oddly complicated. He actually starts sympathizing with me. The man who just turned and left. That guy, meaning me, lived with this fiery, willful woman for a full 16 years. Day after day, even calendars would sigh. The two of them naturally cannot let Jonah keep melting down in a busy mall. Not with everyone watching the free drama. The crowd keeps growing. People start whispering everywhere. Even the mall security staff begin hurrying this way. The two of them panic. They coax and drag Jonah away fast. After a messy struggle, they finally settle the emotional Jonah. Lin Mishue takes a taxi alone. She returns to her old rented room. Late at night, she lies on a narrow single bed, but tosses and turns, unable to sleep. Her mind keeps replaying every clear scene from this afternoon. She turns her head and looks at the bag she carefully placed on the cabinet. That limited edition branded handbag. Under yellow light, it glows fashionable and noble. Beside her 50 square meter, cramped, messy rental, it looks wildly out of place. Somehow my face, and that 680 square meter mansion, appear completely in her mind. She keeps thinking about this afternoon. The way I looked at her, intentionally or not, and what slipped out without warning. That gentle, deep, complicated look, a wild and daring thought, starts growing uncontrollably in her heart. The moment that thought rises, Lin Mishue scares herself badly. She asks herself what she is thinking. I am Nana's ex-husband, after all. But that mansion is truly too beautiful. She tells herself she cannot betray Nana. Then she scolds herself, Lin Mishue. She has fought alone in this city for over 10 years, and still has no home of her own. Is that not failure? Harsh mirror, loud voice. Besides, we are already divorced. What is there for her to worry about? The chance is right in front of her. Miss it, and regret will move in rent-free. Two thoughts keep tugging in her mind. After hesitating for a while, Lin Mishue finally lets out a long breath. Her gaze lands on the handbag again. That bag seems almost magical. It helps her make up her mind. She picks up her phone and finds my number. Then she presses call. After the call connects, I respond with an easy smile. She can hear it. That scene really has not affected me much. She says I am truly broad-minded, Brother Sue. She says Nana understands things, but is too willful sometimes. Always thinking only of herself. Never knowing how to consider others' feelings. Sometimes, seeing Jonah treat me that way. She says even she feels sorry for me. Then she says it is fine, Brother Sue. If Nana treats me that way again, she will speak up for me properly. After saying all that, Lin Mishue's face turns slightly red. Talking behind her best friend's back, and secretly saying bad things about her, is not exactly new for her. But saying this to her bestie's ex-husband, that is a first in life. And she even uses a word like sorry for me. Her fingers lightly clutch her clothing. Her eyes lower. Her emotions churn. Her heart starts drumming nonstop. She wonders what Brother Sue will think. On the other end, I lean on my new sofa. My fingers lazily rub the edge of my phone. Hearing Lin Mishue's words, I pause for a moment. I never expect her to say this to me. But thinking about this afternoon, and how she acted around me, I am not that surprised either. As the saying goes, things gather by kind. People also group by type. Lin Mishue and my ex-wife Jonah have been best friends for years. Their bones are cut from similar cloth. Naturally, they share many similar traits. Both are women who admire vanity and chase material comfort with full dedication. Only sometimes, Jonah shows it more directly, while Lin Mishue knows how to wrap herself better. Put simply, Lin Mishue is what people call a woman with some little schemes. The old me was just honest. That does not mean I cannot read hearts or understand women. I thank her for caring. I say Mishue knows Jonah has always been like that. Talking to her is useless. Besides, I am not afraid of her pestering me. I prepared myself for that long ago. Lin Mishue softly agrees. She asks about the bedding we bought this afternoon. Did the store deliver everything? Her tone carries real concern. She asks carefully. I say they just arrived. They are unpacking right now. My gaze sweeps over the boxes across the living room. I answer with a cheerful smile. Packaging bags are everywhere in the living room. There is barely anywhere to step. After hearing that, Lin Mishue immediately grows enthusiastic. She offers to come help me clean up. In her Brother Sue tone, there is tension and expectation she cannot hide. Actually, when she shifted the topic to bedding, this was exactly what she had in mind. I say that would be too embarrassing. It would trouble her too much. I refuse with a smile. I already made her run around this afternoon, and have not even properly thanked her. She says, oh, Brother Sue. She tells me not to be so formal with her. The house I bought this afternoon boosted her performance hugely, and I gave her a handbag too. If we are talking thanks, she should be the one thanking me properly. Before I can say much more, she insists on coming now to organize the bedding. She says I am a grown man. How would I know how to do these things? I say fine, then she can come over. After we finish, Brother Sue will treat her to a feast. On my end, I agree with a smile. Lin Mishue happily accepts, as if afraid I might change my mind. She quickly hangs up, then heads out to take a taxi. More than half an hour later, the car stops at Jinjiang Gardens gate. Meanwhile, on the other side, in the home Zhou Na and I once shared, a family storm is already roaring up. Feng Yufeng hears the news. Su Fuhai bought a 30 million yuan place in Jinjiang Garden. She immediately drops her rolling pin. Even dumplings can wait now. She rushes out of the kitchen. Zhou Xiaodong stops gaming and sits up. He asks if his brother-in-law spent 30 million on a house, and whether Zhona saw it herself. Zhona says she did not see it, but Mishua told her personally. How could that be fake? Zhona says it through gritted teeth. Right now, her mind is full of 30 million, and full of Jinjiang Garden. Feng Yufeng hurries to ask more. If Mishua said all this, how exactly does she know? Zhona says that is obvious. Mishua sells houses. If Su Fuhai wants to buy one, of course he would find her first. Zhona curses Su Fuhai under her breath. She says she was truly blind before. She never sees I have hidden this deep for years. This Su Fuhai is actually this rich, and I never told her. Clearly, I never treated them like family. Great courtroom drama begins. Hearing her daughter say that, Feng Yufeng slaps her thigh hard. She shrieks, while Zhou Xiaodong forgets his game. He keeps saying his brother-in-law hid too deeply. He never knew I was this calculating. If I can spend 30 million on a house, then I must have more than 30 million. As he speaks, his eyes roll around like coins. Feng Yufeng scolds Xiaodong for still calling me brother-in-law. She says a man like me does not deserve that title. Feng Yufeng snaps at Zhou Xiaodong on the spot. They lived with me for 16 years. 16 years, yet I guarded against them like thieves. Now that I have just divorced her daughter, I rush to buy a big house and enjoy it alone. She asks how my heart can be so cruel. As Feng Yufeng reaches that part, she raises her voice, then starts howling in the living room. Zhou Linxing asks what she is howling about. He asks if anyone can get peace around here. Zhou Linxing is drinking and eating peanuts at the table. The noise annoys him. He slams his chopsticks down with a snap. He roars, and Feng Yufeng fires back at the old man. Their own daughter has suffered such a grievance, yet he still has the mood to drink. Feng Yufeng glares at him, furious. She says all he knows is drinking. Sooner or later, he will drink himself dead. Since retirement, he does no work every day. He just stays home drinking. Zhou Linxing says women have long hair and short sight. If I hid money from Nana, then spend it after divorce, the law will not allow that. He calls it hiding marital property. They can sue me. After saying this, Zhou Linxing asks if they understand. He takes a hard sip of liquor, then slams the cup on the table. That instantly quiets the whole family. Hearing the old man's words, Zhou Xiaodong's eyes widen on the sofa. He quickly agrees. He says his dad is right. He remembers seeing similar news online. In the end, that man had no choice. He had to take the money back out and split it. Apparently, several million got divided. As Zhou Xiaodong says this, his eyes shine with golden greed, as if those millions are already waving at him. Feng Yufeng calls out to Xiaona. She says Zhouna's father is right. They should sue me. They absolutely cannot let me off easily. They must make me spit out every hidden cent. After hearing the old man, Feng Yufeng suddenly gets fired up. She shrieks in agreement. They cannot let me get away with it. Zhouna says she lived with me for years and never enjoyed a single blessed day. If I want to live well alone, no way, she says, already plotting. She starts calculating what to do. Zhou Linxing thinks with a frown for a while. Then he slowly speaks to his daughter. He says not to rush to find me yet. He once had an old co-worker. Later, that co-worker passed the legal exam. Now he works as a lawyer at a firm. Tomorrow, Zhou Linxing will call him. Then Zhou can go find him. They will carefully plan what to do. Zhou answers through gritted teeth. She says fine, Dad. Tomorrow, she will go find the lawyer. First, she will figure this out. If Su Fuhai wants to enjoy life alone, no way, she is not done with me. Feng Yufeng suddenly remembers something. She quickly asks. She calls to Xiaona. She recalls Zhou met me at a luxury boutique, and I was with Lin Mishua. Was I not buying a house from her? How did that turn into mall shopping? Zhou frowns. She answers impatiently. She says she already explained it. After buying the house, I wanted bedding. So Mishua's company had her help me choose. Feng Yufeng still looks unconvinced. She asks suspiciously, but then, why would buying bedding lead to a luxury brand store? That brand does not sell bedding, does it? Zhou agrees with her mother. Now that she says it, it does feel a bit wrong. I came out dressed head to toe in brands. All of them were nice clothes. And Mishua had a branded handbag in her hand. Zhou had seen that bag in the store. It cost over 20,000. As Zhou says this, her eyes fill with jealousy. She has wanted that bag too, for a long time, but never bought it. Feng Yufeng wonders if the two of us are together. She frowns, then lowers her voice to guess. Hearing Feng Yufeng's words, Zhou immediately panics. She angrily calls out to her mother. She asks what nonsense her mother is saying. Mishua is her best friend. How could she do something like that? Feng Yufeng says that is not certain. Now we are divorced, and Su Fuhai suddenly has so much money. Can Lin Mishua really resist? She says not to trust Mishua's harmless act. Feng Yufeng tells her daughter. That woman is very sharp. Zhouna's little tricks may not beat hers. When Feng Yufeng says this, she sees her daughter's face turn ugly. She knows she has touched the right nerve, so she keeps talking about Mishua's usual outfits. Every time, those clothes are so tight. What man could withstand that kind of dressing? Hearing her mother's words, Zhou is both anxious and angry. Her fingertips clench white. Her chest feels tight. She cannot help looking down at her own taut clothes. She thinks back to our married life. Back then, I rarely showed much interest. She even cried and lost her temper several times, asking if I disliked her. Every time she asked, I hurriedly waved my hands and denied it completely. But Zhou still believed I disliked her. Comparison is where pain sharpens its knife. Every time she stood with Lin Mixue, Zhou envied Mixue's striking figure. But whenever her envy showed, Lin Mixue would lean in and complain. With a pained face, Mixue said she actually envied Zhou's slim body more. She said Zhou's size was just right, pretty and light, easy to dress for daily outings. Unlike herself, with everything inconvenient, even clothes were hard to buy, and so on. Every time Lin Mixue said that, Zhou felt a little more balanced. She felt she was not worthless after all. As for Su Fuhai's supposed dislike, maybe I was just blind and tasteless. But now, after Feng Yufeng says this, Zhou suddenly feels wary again. Today, she only focused on fighting with me. Now that she thinks back, when she first saw the two of us, everywhere felt a little off. If it was only buying bedding, then why go to a high-end luxury boutique? And was the bag in Lin Mixue's hand hers? Or did Su Fuhai give it to her? I suddenly have so much money. Buying her a bag is not impossible. Her chest feels tight. The moment Zhou thinks of that possibility, it feels like needles stabbing her heart. She is so upset she could go mad. She wishes she could rush to us right now and demand the truth face to face. But she also knows this cannot be rushed right now. First, we are already divorced. Second, the most important thing pressing on her heart is getting the money in my hands. As for whether there is anything between us, she can investigate slowly after getting the money. Zhou has suspected us before. As for Su Fuhai, she was not worried. That honest man had thoughts, but no courage. But Lin Mixue is another matter. Her mother's words make Zhou's thoughts churn. She wonders if Lin Mixue has taken a shine to Su Fuhai. As Zhou thinks that, a sour feeling rises in her heart. Her mind starts inventing scenes on its own. Popcorn, please. But what she does not know is, the thing she worries about most is quietly happening right now. At Building 6, the king unit of Jinjiang Garden. Inside the 680 square meter mansion, Lin Mixue bends over, working hard to make my bed. The delivery staff, of course, already provides setup service. But Lin Mixue says they are not careful enough, not attentive enough, either. So she takes charge and sends them away. She only lets the workers clear the packaging trash from the living room. Then she hugs the unfinished bedding and buries herself in the work. After fussing for quite a while, she tries the quilt and covers several times, but still cannot get it done. Helpless, she calls for me, old Sue. She tells me to come help quickly. The master bedroom sheets and cover are too huge. She cannot stuff it in alone. Lin Mixue holds up the fluffy quilt and cover. She bends down and tries several times by herself, but still cannot get it in smoothly. So she can only call me over for backup. I walk over smiling and ask who told her to show off. This was never a one-person job. I tell her to move aside. I am good at this. I used to do it at home all the time. When Lin Mixue was busy alone earlier, I wanted to help several times, but she pushed me away with a smile. She said I was a grown man and should not do such tiny women's chores. At this moment, Lin Mixue is wearing a pale white cotton t-shirt. The fitted waistline shows off her excellent figure, completely, without even filing paperwork. When she bends to fit the bedding, sometimes she kneels on the bed, sometimes she leans forward. Every natural movement is honestly a feast for my eyes. And Lin Mixue does not seem to avoid my gaze. Several times, she leans very far. So far I nearly lose my composure. I almost wonder if she's doing it on purpose. I grab the quilt corner and tuck it in firmly, then slide the fluffy quilt inside with ease. Lin Mixue's eyes immediately brighten. She smiles and says old Sue is still amazing. Apparently, I have bedding superpowers now. I raise an eyebrow. Quietly, I glance over her beside me, but I do not say much. Together, we quickly finish making the whole bed. I look at the neatly made bed, then smile and suggest something to her. We have worked for quite a while. She must be tired too. Perfect timing. It is dinner time. I say we should go eat something. Lin Mixue hears the word dinner. Her eyes instantly light up. She pops up from the bed. She happily says yes, yes. She reminds me I promised to feast, Brother Sue, and says I cannot fool her with cheap hot pot. Seeing her face full of excitement, I raise my eyebrows, then answer with a smile. Soon the two of us change into fitted going-out clothes and head downstairs side by side. I tell her to listen to herself. Is Brother Sue really that stingy? Please. I roll out my motorcycle. Turn the key. As it starts, Lin Mixue lifts her leg like a pro. She climbs on steadily. Sitting behind me, she touches the seat, then dramatically sighs in admiration. She calls me Brother Sue. She says the seat is way too soft and comfy. No wonder it is a 100,000+ motorcycle. She feels it is even comfier than a car. I ask if it is really that soft. After all, she already rode it once today. Then I hand her a helmet. I tell her to put it on properly. She says once is not enough. Lin Mixue smiles as she puts on the helmet. I pat my waist and say, if she wants a ride, she can call me. Brother Sue will take her cruising every day. Lin Mixue gets it and wraps her arms around my waist. We turn left after leaving and reach the pedestrian street in 2 minutes. After strolling to the core area, I choose Peninsula Western Restaurant and bring her inside. A waiter greets us politely. He welcomes us to Peninsula Western Restaurant, then asks whether we have a reservation. The moment we enter, the waiter comes over politely. I ask if this place needs reservations. I look up at the waiter in front of me, then ask directly. He says generally, no? but some VIP rooms have minimum spends. Those need advance booking. The waiter bows slightly and answers politely. I ask if any private room is free now. My fingers tap lightly on the counter. I continue asking. He says Milan Cottage on the first floor and Riverview Lodge on the second floor are still free. Both are premium VIP rooms. Milan Cottage has a 5,800 minimum spend. Riverview Lodge has an 8,888 minimum spend. After the waiter finishes explaining, he sees I say nothing, so he quickly continues. He says the public area also has seats. If there are only 2 of us dining, sitting there is also fine. I say no need. We will go to the second floor. I only paused for a moment. Not because the private room is too expensive. It is just my first time here. The luxurious decor around me distracts me for a second. An 8,888 minimum spend, with my current worth, is just drizzle. Not enough to make my heart ache. Lin Mishue says there is no need, Brother Sue. We can sit in the public area and just eat something casually. Hearing the 8,888 minimum, Lin Mishue quickly speaks up. I ask how that can be okay. Has she never heard the saying? A woman should never say whatever. Hearing her words, I ask with a smile. Lin Mishue says I am really annoying, Brother Sue. She says I know that is not what she means. She protests sweetly. I say that settles it. I tell the waiter to take us upstairs. My tone leaves no room for debate. The waiter says yes, sir, then invites the lady to follow him. He speaks politely. As for our little teasing exchange, he acts as if he saw nothing. Professional survival. Lin Mishue gasps, Brother Sue. She says this place is so beautiful, so atmospheric it almost has its own soundtrack. I look around the private room. Satisfaction shows in my eyes too. They call it a private room, but it is actually semi-open. Inside is a refined dining area. The tables and chairs use warm natural wood. After pushing open the terrace door, there is a small viewing terrace outside. Green plants and flowers decorate every side. In the center of the terrace is a small table just big enough for 2. The milky white tone matches the flowers perfectly. It feels like stepping into a quiet, secret garden. Across from the terrace is the vast Jinjiang River. Under nightfall, half the city's lights reflect on it. The view is enough to make anyone drunk. I say it is indeed nice. I nod in praise, then sit down on the terrace chair. The waiter asks me to order. He says these dishes are restaurant signatures and strongly recommends we try them. Also, by lucky timing, they have M12 grade Wagyu today. The waiter introduces it with a bow. I nod and say not bad. I choose the black truffle dish and add the baked Boston lobster and king crab. Then I point to another item. Looking at the elegant menu, I order 5 or 6 dishes in one breath. I say that is basically enough. For dessert and drinks, I let them pair things. I add that they should open a bottle of dinner wine. After saying that, I hand the menu back. The waiter says yes, sir. He asks us to wait a moment. Everything will be prepared right away. The waiter takes the menu. His expression grows even more respectful. The main dishes alone already pass 10,000. Add that bottle of red wine over 6,000. And the bill is almost 20,000. Even here, that counts as high spending. Lin Mishue asks if we ordered too much. As she asks, her eyes are full of excitement. I say it is fine as long as it tastes good. I wave it off. My casual generosity leaves Lin Mishue dazzled. The dishes arrive one after another. They look delicious. Lin Mishue keeps gasping in delight. My appetite wakes up too. She says the lobster meat is so tender, and the Wagyu is insanely good. She says she almost swallows her tongue. I sit at the elegant table under warm light. Across from me, Lin Mishue eats in big bites, imaged temporarily on vacation. I do not hold back either. Relaxed amusement sits in my eyes. I enjoy the whole table of fragrant dishes. We eat, drink, and chat casually. The meal lasts over an hour. After eating and drinking enough, I call for the bill. This meal costs more than 23,000. I swipe my card without blinking. Lin Mishue's heart starts pounding wildly again. She feels I have an indescribable charm now. She wonders if I am still the Su Fuhai she knew. Maybe a super rich heir possessed me. Nice upgrade. That is what Lin Mishue thinks. On the way back, the night wraps around a cool breeze. The wind whistles past my ears. Lin Mishue sits on the back of my motorcycle. Her hands gently circle my waist. Her body presses closer than before. I ask if she wants to return home this late, or stay at my place for the night. Tomorrow, she can go straight to work. I ask casually on the road. Lin Mishue says her place is quite far. Going back alone is not convenient. Walking at night is not safe either. The road there is not easy, if I do not mind. She asks to crash at my place for one night. She also wants to properly enjoy what living in a mansion feels like. Lin Mishue says it jokingly. I laugh and say fine. Then we are going home. Hearing her words, I laugh out loud at once, and say it openly. When we return to the bright, spacious place, warm yellow light falls over her. I look up and see Lin Mishue at the guest room door. Her feet stop in place, but her eyes longingly glance at the big bed in my room. Seeing her like that, a knowing smile enters my eyes. I cannot help chuckling. Then I smile and call her Mishue. I say the bedroom bed is too big. Sleeping alone on it feels a little strange. The night quietly slips by. Soft bedding wraps the room in warmth. The next day, the sun is already high. I get up slowly, feeling completely refreshed. Seeing Lin Mishue about to cling over again, I hold her shoulders with both hands. I seriously tell her not to do that. Too much closeness can easily make people misunderstand. They might think something is going on between us. Lin Mishua freezes. Looking into my eyes, she understands at once. She says she knows. Old Sue will pay attention from now on. She nods, then smiles naturally, and says fine. I say we should go buy her a car. Perfect timing. I need one too. Riding a motorcycle every day is not ideal. It is fine for fun now and then, but commuting on it is too inconvenient. She asks if I still plan to work. Lin Mishua washes up in the bathroom. She asks with her mouth half full of foam. I say yes, I cannot lose the job. I have worked there for so many years. I have feelings for my coworkers. Thinking of those people in the office. I grin quietly. Lin Mishua asks what car I plan to buy. She asks curiously. I say a luxury sedan from that brand. I answer without even thinking. When I had no money, I dreamed of that car. Now that I do, it is time to complete the dream. Lin Mishua asks what about her. I suggest a certain mid-size sedan. I say it casually. She asks why that one. Lin Mishua keeps asking. Because it is one size bigger than Jonah's car. I say it with a smile. Lin Mishua laughs that I am really funny. She laughs out loud. The two of us chat casually, and each get dressed before heading out. Because we are buying cars, we do not ride the motorcycle again. We hail a taxi at the gate, and head straight to the East Suburb Auto Market. We go directly to the Target brand's 4S shop. I pay in full for Lin Mishua's nearly 400,000 car. Insurance and plates are tossed to the store. Then we march to another brand's 4S shop. This time takes a little longer. I directly buy the only top-trim black luxury sedan in the store. Even the store manager is alerted. He personally comes out to handle the paperwork. The full landing price is nearly $4 million. Lin Mishua once again clearly witnesses my solid, very real financial strength. Sitting in the spacious rear seat, as comfortable as airplane first class, I sigh with pure satisfaction. I leisurely say this is real enjoyment. In front, Lin Mishua sits in the smooth driver's seat. She sighs with the same satisfied face. She says money is truly wonderful. I ask lightly, can she drive it? She says of course, I rode in her little car before. She has more than 10 years of real driving experience. Her driving is absolutely steady and reliable. Lin Mishua lifts her chin. Her face is full of pride. She says it proudly. I call her Lin Mishua, veteran driver. I say I happen to need a private driver. Would she like to take the part-time job? I say it half-jokingly. She asks if there is a salary. Lin Mishua's eyes light up instantly. She leans over and asks with a smile. I say there must be 200,000 a year. I raise an eyebrow and ask if she is in. She says she absolutely is. Then asks if I am teasing her. Old Sue. Lin Mishua looks completely shocked. From yesterday until now, the money I gave her, plus that car, already makes a very impressive amount. Hearing her surprised words, I do not explain. I simply take out my phone. A real transfer replaces every answer. Lin Mishua reports as President Sue's driver. She asks where we are going now. She turns around with a serious little act. I say Intai department store. I lie comfortably in the back seat and say it lazily. She says yes, President Sue. Then, if I do not mind, she wants to make a call first. To resign from her job, she says with a smile. Seeing me nod permission, she quickly takes out her phone and calls her manager. She greets the manager, then says she has something to tell him. She quits. She does not even want this month's remaining salary. That is all, goodbye. After hanging up so gracefully, her whole body looks refreshed. After that stylish phone call, Lin Mishua looks utterly light and clear. She gently presses the start button, then grips the silky steering wheel. She turns it lightly and drives steadily toward Intai department store. I point and say this one. I point again and add that one too. I tell them to wrap everything up. We are inside a luxury boutique on Intai's second floor. I point at several outfits on the wall. Lin Mishua gasps, calling me Old Sue. She asks if I am serious. Why buy her so much? Beside me, Lin Mishua is shocked and delighted. She likes all those dresses. Together, they cost 20 or 30,000. I say when she tried them on. I thought everyone looked good. They look especially nice on her. I say it with a smile. Lin Mishua says I treat her so well. She happily holds my arm. I say it is mainly because she performs well. Buying things for her makes me happy. As I say that, I take out my card and swipe without hesitation. A few outfits and one pair of shoes. Cost 32,000. Seeing the eager admiration in her eyes, I suddenly feel the money is worth it. Of course I know, Lin Mishua is with me. Because I basically buried her in money. But honestly, so what? As long as she makes me happy, the money is well spent. As for true love, 16 years of marriage already sanded that thing flat. I tell Mishua her taste is better than mine, so she should pick a few things for Ranran. Lin Mishua tells me not to worry. She promises to make Ranran the prettiest little princess. She asks for Ranran's clothing sizes. Lin Mishua says it with full confidence. I give a soft hum. My fingers tap lightly on the counter. Then I nod slowly. I give her my daughter Sue Ran's clothing sizes. Clearly and accurately, no dad fumble today. After knowing Lin Mishua for years, I do trust her fashion sense. Jonah loves dressing up too. But compared with Lin Mishua, her taste is not even close. Lin Mishua knows my pockets are deep, and Sue Ran is the treasure that I hold closest to my heart. So she does not worry about clothing prices. She considers Su Ran's college student status carefully and matches 2 casual sets and 2 formal sets. At checkout, it is another 100,000 plus. I swipe it away without blinking, watching me pay, without even twitching an eyelid. Lin Mishua stands by the counter. Her heart has gone completely numb. She truly cannot understand why. The once honest, useless-looking me changes completely after divorce. Now I spend with terrifying confidence. But after thinking again, in this world, everyone has private secrets they never share. She is smart and clear-headed. She will not rashly pry. Some private matters are best left unpoked. She only knows one thing clearly: stay peacefully by my side. And she has a mansion to live in, a luxury car to drive, and top luxury goods to use. That is already more than enough. She never cares what others whisper behind her back, whether they call her materialistic or money-loving. She is already in her 30s. How many bright years of youth remain? If she can grab youth by the tail and hook a big fish like me, she is already beyond satisfied. As for whether Zhou Na gets angry, she does not care at all. That so-called unbreakable bestie bond, before mansions and cars, cash and top luxury goods, is basically a giant joke with gift wrap. Of course, her relationship with Zhou Na still needs to be maintained. Lin Mishua understands that. With her own conditions alone, she is not worth this much spending from me. She knows it very clearly. Her identity as Zhou Na's best friend is probably why I treat her this way. And the more important reason, Zhou Na used to treat me so harshly. If I were still broke and spineless, I could only endure it quietly. But now I am a mysterious mega-rich man. Why would I swallow past humiliation? Lin Mishua is Zhou Na's best friend. Right after divorce, I keep her beside me and give her such generous material conditions. For what reason? The answer is obviously to get back at Zhou Na. She thinks I want Zhou Na to regret it. Regret being blind. Regret everything she once did to hurt me. So Lin Mishua must do her part well. That is her greatest value beside me. Lin Mishua has no doubt. With my ability and deep resources, she will never be my only woman. Rich men go bad, as people say. She has seen too many examples over the years. Young girls these days are far bolder than women her age. They dare say anything. They dare do anything. With my conditions, as long as I am willing, they would rush at me like it is a sale day. Facing those young, glowing faces, Lin Mishua understands deeply. Her only advantage is being Zhou Na's best friend. She must use that advantage to the fullest. Deep down, she is a wild woman. Even if I treat her like a toy, she wants to be my favorite one, just so she can easily obtain the things she once only dreamed of. Lin Mishua lowers her eyes. Her fingers lightly grip the shopping bag handles. Tiny thoughts churn inside her heart. She thinks that even as a toy, she can be a happy toy. If she has to choose, she would be that kind of toy forever. She wants to uncover more of her value, so I cannot leave her. So I rely on her more. Then she can keep receiving more of the things she wants. Lin Mishua follows at my side. Her fingers gently hook around my arm, while accompanying me. As we stroll and shop through the mall, she silently thinks through all of this. The more she thinks, the clearer it gets. The more she thinks, the firmer her eyes become. She even imagines all sorts of exciting scenes. And as she keeps imagining, she slowly becomes a little excited. A faint blush rises on her cheeks. We move through the mall to a bright cosmetics counter. Lin Mishua points at the glass display. There is an elegant young girl gift set. She calls me Old Sue. She says this brand set is new this year. It is from the Young Girl series. She suggests buying one for Ran. Girls all need cosmetics. She says Su Ran will definitely like it. I follow the direction of her finger and glance at the price tag. It says 29,000. I do not understand why one cosmetic set costs that much. But since it is for my daughter, I wave my big, generous hand without hesitation and buy it directly. Then I smile and let Mishua choose a suitable set for herself. Hearing that, Lin Mishua's eyes light up instantly. She raises her hand toward the display and points at a high-end mature lady set. She happily says yes. After taking the elegant bag from the sales assistant, she says she will perform well tonight. Her lips come close to my ear. She says it softly. I nod. I'm just about to say something. My phone suddenly rings urgently in my pocket. I reach in and take it out. The screen shows a local number. Several eights line up at the end. At one glance, I can tell the owner is not ordinary. I press answer. I put it to my ear and ask who it is. The man on the phone introduces himself. He is Li Chonglin, branch manager of ICBC Fusha branch. Listening to the man's introduction on the phone, I raise an eyebrow. I ask if this is branch manager Li. Then I ask what he needs. Li Chonglin smiles and says this morning, Zhongdao law firm in the city called. They wanted to check my bank account information, but the bank has already refused them. He says I am their VIP depositor, so my information is strictly protected. Hearing that, I pause slightly. For a moment, I do not get it. A law firm? Why would they check my bank details? Still, I thank him by instinct. Li Chonglin says he has more to discuss in person. He invites me to lunch and says it will be his treat. I think for a moment. Then I agree without fuss. I know very well, this money comes from the system. I trust the system completely. If it cannot even solve the money trail, then what kind of cheat code is it? I am just curious why a law firm is checking me, and a bank manager is worth knowing. So I tell Lin Mishua we are done shopping today. We should send the things home first. I have a lunch appointment at noon. Lin Mishua nods obediently. In her heart, she counts today's haul. Her joy is practically waving a little flag. Tongfu Yaju is Fusher's famous high-end private kitchen. The Jinjiang River cuts through the city. The restaurant sits on a lake center island and requires advance reservation. The minimum spend is over 20,000 per person. So yes, it is very much a rich people playground. I had only heard of it before. Though I have lived here for 16 years, I have never once been there. So technically, this is my debut. Lin Mishue drives the luxury sedan. She drops me at the small pier to the island. Dedicated staff are already waiting there. After I state my identity, they treat me very politely and invite me onto a private ferry. Seeing Lin Mishue's longing look, I pat her arm and say this is business. Next time, I will bring her here properly. I hear the hairy crabs here are excellent. She says she happens to need to visit the company too. She will collect her personal things and take this morning's purchases home. Lin Mishue says it with a smile. I tell her to get ready. Tomorrow, we will visit Ran Ran in the capital. I remind her seriously. She says she will prepare first. If I need anything, I can just tell her directly. Lin Mishue says it neatly. I nod. Then I turn and board the ferry. The river scenery is beautiful, but I am not in the mood to admire it. I keep wondering who is investigating me. My mind feels a little unsettled. A little over 10 minutes later, the smooth ferry slowly reaches the island. I step off steadily. Staff, lead me forward. The island is full of flowers and trees. Elegant pavilions sit here and there. It has that soft Jiangnan Watertown charm. The river breeze drifts over. My chest loosens, like someone opened a window, and my mind slowly settles. I follow the winding bluestone path. After walking slowly for a while, we arrive at an elegant private garden. Before me stands a gray-green courtyard wall. Its glazed tile roof shines softly. A heavy vermilion gate faces me. Right now, it is wide open. Inside, green bamboo peeks through. The whole place has classic Suzhou garden elegance. I walk into the garden. Not far in, we reach a refined little courtyard. At the simple courtyard gate, a man in a crisp white shirt, wearing scholarly gold-rimmed glasses, a slightly plump middle-aged man, is looking toward my direction. He waits there quietly. Behind him, stand side by side, two young female employees in neat bank uniforms. Seeing me walk over slowly, the middle-aged man immediately comes forward. His smile is extremely warm. He greets me as Mr. Su. He introduces himself as branch manager Li Chonglin. Seeing Li Chonglin extend his hand, I naturally raise mine and shake it. I greet Mr. Li and say it is good to meet him. My manner is neither humble nor arrogant. It feels completely natural. This man in front of me is from one of the 4 major banks, and he is the top person there. In the past, I would never have crossed paths with him, but now I hold tens of millions. As the saying goes, money gives a man courage. With solid capital backing me, I naturally do not lose in presence. We exchange a few greetings at the door. Then Li Chonglin warmly invites me into the room. The private room is full of a zen-like antique charm, very comfortable. After the 4 of us take our seats, Li Chonglin tells the waiter to serve the food. Then he starts chatting with me. Li Chonglin is very skilled at conversation. He does not immediately drag the topic toward my account. He simply chats about Fusher's interesting stories. It makes me feel quite comfortable. The 2 women in ICBC uniforms, one older, sit beside Li Chonglin. The other is a young married woman in her 20s. She sits on my right. She quietly listens to our small talk and occasionally refills my water and arranges my tableware. I used to drink a little often, but I never overdo it. At most, 4 to 5 liang. At home, I usually drink only 2 liang. Hearing what I say, the young woman beside me immediately stands. She pours liquor for Li Chonglin and me, then pours plain water into her own cup. Li Chonglin calls her Xiaojia. He says President Su is their VIP. How can she accompany the guest with water? He tells her to switch to white liquor. Seeing his staff pour water, Li Chonglin frowns and sounds displeased. She says her tolerance is truly poor. White liquor makes her drunk easily. She asks if she can drink red wine instead. Hearing the manager's order, the young woman quickly smiles politely and softly tries to decline. Li Chonglin says no, red wine will not do. It is too disrespectful to the guest. He insists on white liquor. She does not need to go back to work later. He will approve her leave. Li Chonglin says it in a firm tone. I say it is all right. I tell manager Li she cannot drink. No need to force her. I sit in my seat with a gentle smile on my face. I speak calmly. Li Chonglin tells me not to worry. He says he will not let her drink much. He knows Xiaobai's tolerance. He laughs, saying I am tender toward beauty, but I may not outdrink her. Li Chonglin bursts into laughter. Since Li Chonglin says that, I naturally cannot add much more, and I clearly see the young woman beside me has already replaced the water in her cup with strong white liquor. Back at work in the old days, I often saw dinner tables where leaders forced female co-workers to drink. Honestly, I never liked that routine, but right now, I barely know them, so it is not convenient to say more. Exquisite specialty dishes are brought to the table one by one. Li Chonglin also raises his cup. He says he will formally introduce everyone. The office director is Niu Li. The beauty beside me is by Xiaojia from VIP clients. He invites everyone to toast President Su and celebrate our acquaintance. Li Chonglin lifts his cup. He speaks in a bright, clear voice. I raise my glass. Smiling, I clink it with Li Chonglin's. Then I drink it in one go. It is a tiny white liquor cup. One cup is barely 2 yen, and the liquor is top shelf, so draining it is no mountain climb. Seeing me empty my glass, Li Changlin drinks his just as neatly. He laughs and calls me straightforward. Then he tells Xiaojia to refill my cup. With a smile, he invites me to eat. He recommends the local hairy crab. Everyone praises famous crab regions, but in his opinion, they may not beat Fusher's own. Beside me by Xiaojia attentively takes a fresh crab for me. It is plump and tempting. She uses the traditional crab tools carefully, then removes the full crab meat and places it on my clean plate. She softly invites me to taste it. Bai Xiaojia speaks gently. I turn and smile with a nod. At close range, I finally study her. She has a refined oval face. Her features are delicate and pleasing, not stunning at first glance. More like a warm, graceful young wife. But the more I look, the better she gets. Especially those elegant phoenix eyes. They always carry a faint smile, with a tiny, dangerous sparkle. Oh, her figure is petite and neat. Slim where she should be slim. Curved where the plot demands curves. After several rounds of drinks, Manager Li asks Niu Li and Bai Xiaojia to step out. They know serious business is coming, so they quickly get up and leave. Only Li Changlin and I remain in the large room. He says the phone was inconvenient, because it involves my family privacy. That is why he invited me here. Hearing him reach the main topic, I nod as well. I listen seriously, chopsticks on standby. He asks if I know who hired Zhong Dao to investigate my account records. Li Changlin sits on the sofa. He leans forward slightly and asks in a low voice. My fingers pause. I gently shake my head. Confusion shows on my face. I frown and say I do not know. Then I ask if my account has a problem. He quickly says no. My account has no problem. In fact, it is perfectly normal. Li Changlin waves his hands at once. He explains with a respectful smile. Yesterday's large overseas transfer is completely legal and standard, because it exceeds 50 million. I am now upgraded to VIP client. He brought by Xiaojia today to provide dedicated premium service. Listening to his clear, respectful explanation, I rub the cool glass lightly. I stay seated, calm as a paid-off mortgage. Then I slowly nod. Half the worry in my chest vanishes. I secretly breathe out. As long as the money is clean, there is nothing worth fearing. This morning, a lawyer named Sun Lin from Zhongdao came specially to the bank. He applied to check my recent transactions, and the client behind him was. At this point, Li Changlin looks cautious. He pauses on purpose, then quietly glances at me. Seeing me listening closely, he prepares to continue. He says it is my former father-in-law. Li Changlin sits opposite me. He lowers his voice and says it slowly. Hearing that it is him, I suddenly lift my eyes. The question slips out of my mouth. The last bit of worry instantly disappears. My tense shoulders fully relax. My face shows sudden understanding. Everything clicks in my head. He says yes, with my account level. I have very high confidentiality rights and strict risk control rules. Except for me and special state departments, everyone else has no right to investigate my accounts. The bank could refuse outright. Li Changlin looks at me. He explains this with solemn seriousness. I say privacy is not the real issue. My fingers tap the table lightly. A chill flashes through my eyes. After Zhona learned about my 30 million home, she has not come to make trouble. I thought she had changed. Cute thought. Turns out she has an expert behind her. I tell Manager Li that is the situation. I think for a moment, then spend a few minutes, briefly explaining my matter with Zhona. Throughout the whole process, I do not dramatize how she treated me. I just state the facts calmly. Some things need not be told to everyone. No need to become a walking complaint booth. As for the 100 million in my account, I do not explain that either. In my view, since the system fully guarantees the money is legal and reasonable, I have no need to add useless decoration to a snake. Extra explanations are unnecessary. They would only make me look suspicious. After listening, Li Changlin looks at me seriously. He says if this is true, Zhona has no right to split the assets. He can connect me with professional lawyers. Hearing Manager Li say that, I nod at once. That is exactly what I want. I do resent the Zhou family, but I never plan to harm them. After all, they are my child's family. I only wanted separate roads. You go yours, I go mine. But I never expected. The divorce agreement is already clear. I did not touch their demolition money, yet they now covet mine. Charming. Honestly, Zhona's family is not poor. Zhona has stable work. Her father is a retired minor official. He receives his pension on time. Her mother is a retired teacher. Her monthly pension is also quite good. Their family lives in a 3-bedroom place. The mortgage was paid off long ago. The 4 of them together bring in over 30,000 a month. That level of income may not be rich family drama money, but daily life is hardly difficult. Zhona just spends like water. Budgeting has never visited her brain. Her everyday cosmetics are all high-end first-tier brands. Clothes and bags costing thousands. She buys without blinking. She often drains the Zhou family too. Several times, dinners with friends cost 1 or 2,000 each. With this endless spending routine, she barely saves anything each month. Because of that spending habit, Zhona always looked down on me. She hated that I earned too little. She kept saying her friends bought designer bags, flew abroad for vacations, or got luxury cars from husbands. Every day, I annoyed her by existing. She would mock me whenever she spoke. Sometimes she even scolded me harshly. Whenever that happened, Speaking was wrong. Silence was also wrong. Great menu. If I opened my mouth to explain, worse scolding came immediately. If I kept quiet, she accused me of pulling a face and giving her the silent treatment. Thinking of those suffocating days, I still feel a little afraid. I am deeply glad I divorced Jonah. If I had not, I might have fallen into severe depression, maybe even done something irreversible. Fortunately now, all of that is completely past tense. As for the Zhou family's entanglement, I have long expected every bit of it. That family treats money like oxygen. Selfish, sharp-tongued, and proudly so, seeing me thrive right after divorce. Of course they turn green. Basic biology. No matter how they come pestering me, I refuse to spoil them without limits again. At divorce, I gave Jonah everything. I walked out with nothing, and still support my daughter in college. Jonah refuses to pay even 1 cent. So yes, she really pushes it. Now that I have risen, now that I have money, she wants to split my property too. Where does the world sell that deal? Seeing my attitude laid bare, Li Changlin nods at once. He calls the 2 women back in. Then he turns to Bai Xiaojia. He gives strict service instructions. Manager Li speaks to Bai Xiaojia seriously. From now on, she serves me personally. She must explain every service. She must leave her contact information and be reachable 24 hours. My requests become her mission. Fancy. Bai Xiaojia nods again and again. This meal feels very comfortable. We eat for over an hour. I drink 6 or 7 liang too. After food and wine settle nicely, we leave Tongfu Yaju together, then take the ferry back to the pier. Lin Mishua has been waiting there. When she sees me get off, she quickly drives the car over, then gets out and opens the door. She has always loved material comfort. Before, she simply lacked the budget. She could only envy rich people's lives. Now she has money, so she enjoys it. When she parks the car steadily at the grand luxury restaurant entrance, and the doorman bows forward, opening the door with royal timing, while other guests nearby look over with envy. Her vanity gets fully pampered. In more than 20 years, she has never tasted this feeling. At the very beginning, following me with such unclear status still leaves something hidden in her heart. A little awkwardness, hard to name. But after 2 days and 1 night of top-tier rich life sampling, she is already deeply hooked. This glittering life is dangerous sugar. She cannot return to plain days now. Seeing Lin Mishua step out slowly, Li Changlin, waiting outside, has his eyes brighten at once. The woman before him is clearly in her 30s, but her mature charm is like a ripe peach. Very cinematic. It has deadly pull for men, especially with that celebrity-like face and that extremely graceful figure. Any normal man seeing her first would have thoughts running wild. But Li Changlin has seen the world. Though he slips for half a beat, he quickly recovers his composure. He says the bank has specially prepared exclusive small gifts for me. He asks my driver to open the trunk. His staff will load everything in. Li Changlin says this with a polite smile. I tell Manager Li he is too kind. This feels almost embarrassing. I smile as I speak. A little courtesy never bankrupts anyone. He says this is not courtesy. As the bank's highest level, top VIP client, I deserve these exclusive benefits. They will deliver them every quarter. When the time comes, I can just tell Xiaojia the exact delivery address. Li Changlin keeps smiling warmly. Since he has put it that way, I stop pretending to refuse. I have Lin Mishua open the trunk. Very soon, 2 male bank employees in crisp uniforms carry boxes over. They also bring several gift bags. I glance over casually. There is liquor, cigarettes, and tea, plus imported fruit and supplements. Just these polished gifts must be worth over 10,000. So this is top VIP treatment? Not bad. My trunk agrees. I look at the nearly stuffed trunk and feel rather pleased. Manager Li says he arranged the lawyer matter. Bai Xiaojia will soon have a top local lawyer contact me. I can discuss details face to face. If I need his help, I can call him anytime. Li Changlin says this enthusiastically. I nod. Then I walk toward my car. Bai Xiaojia, standing nearby, smartly opens the door for me. She even shields the top of my head. She says she will send VIP details later, then asks to add me on WeChat. Her phone number is her WeChat. After I sit in the car, Bai Xiaojia leans by the window and smiles. I nod and close the window. The car drives for a while. Lin Mishua asks curiously who she is. I say she is Bai Xiaojia, my service specialist. Lin Mishua leans toward me and asks why. She says Xiaojia feels like a teacher, not like a bank employee. Lin Mishua says it with a grin. Hearing Lin Mishua's words, I pause for quite a while. Then I suddenly understand her meaning. We chat casually in the car. I am not worried about her driving. First, as she said, she has driven for over 10 years. And the luxury car is very safe. It gives one feeling stable. Second, luxury cars dodge trouble well, so driving becomes easier for her. Suddenly, my phone rings crisply. I take it out and look down. The caller ID is Jonah. I answer without thinking. My finger slides across the screen. The call connects directly. From the other end, Jonah's cold voice comes through, wrapped in heavy low pressure. That familiar domineering tone returns. I frown without meaning to. My fingers tighten slightly around the phone. I ask where she wants to talk. After a pause, she says Jinjiang Garden. She also wants to tour my mansion. Her words drip with sarcasm. Jonah says it coldly. Even through the cold phone, I hear the thick bitterness in her voice. It practically grinds its teeth. I say fine, come over. She can call me at the gate. I will tell security to let her in. After saying that, I hang up cleanly. No ribbon attached. On the other end, Jonah sees I hung up first. Her knuckles whiten around the phone. Her gloomy face turns even worse. She mutters my name through her teeth. Only 2 days after divorce. I already dare hang up on her. Apparently I have grown skills. Jonah clenches her back teeth and speaks with a face full of fury. Lin Mishua asks if Jonah called. Her hands hold the wheel steadily. She is still driving. She naturally heard the whole call. After I hang up, she tilts her head toward me and asks casually. I say she wants to talk face to face. Then I praise her sharp instincts. How did she know it was Jonah? I look at her. A smile curls at my mouth. She says it is woman's intuition and reminds me she is Jonah's best friend. Lin Mishua blinks at me, then smiles brightly. Just then, the car reaches the garage gate. The barrier lifts automatically. She drives straight into the underground lot. I raise an eyebrow. I chuckle and speak up. I tease that she is truly a best friend. Jonah is just divorced, and Lin Mishua already slept with her ex. Lin Mishua snorts, saying I slept with her. Her eyes sparkle. She answers with sly mischief. I say the order hardly matters. I toss the joke out casually. After divorce, with the system in hand, without me noticing, my mindset has changed completely. Flirting with Lin Mishua like this was something old me would never dare. Now it feels as natural as breathing. She says fine, if I say so. Then she asks about Jonah coming soon. Should she avoid the scene? Lin Mishua looks at me. She asks softly. I ask why she should hide. Hearing her words, I look genuinely puzzled. She says Jonah is already furious. Jonah thinks I hid things from her, especially the fact that I am rich. This visit is basically a trial. If Jonah sees her with me, she may explode on the spot. Lin Mishua looks at me. She teases me as she says it. I admit she has a point. With Jonah's temper, it is possible. So I ask what she suggests. I toss the puzzle back with a smile. Lin Mishua quickly thinks of a plan. I laugh and call her a genius. She sighs and jokes about her situation. She turns the wheel lightly. The car slides neatly into the spot. We agree to go upstairs together. She sweetly promises a bedtime story later. I get out of the car. I let Lin Mishua hold my arm. We look just like a real couple. Together, we reach the elevator. Then ride it upstairs. I push open the heavy door. Lin Mishua gently removes my coat. She even bends to change my slippers. Once I settle on the wide sofa, she makes me warm green tea. She also sets down a delicate plate full of fresh fruit. I sit on the huge soft sofa. After Lin Mishua sets everything down, she softly tells me to relax. I can watch TV first. She says she will mop the floor. With that, she walks away lightly. She heads toward the spotless bathroom. After just 2 steps, I gently catch her slim wrist. I tell her to wait. I hold her wrist and look at her. I softly tell her to wash up first. From the coffee table before me, I pull out a clean soft tissue and slowly raise my hand. I wipe a little mark from her mouth. My voice turns warm. I speak to her gently. I am still on the soft sofa. Lin Mishua quickly waves her hand. She says there is no need. She says it is fine, old Sue. As she says that, she turns around. From the solid wood table, she picks up a clear glass, then pours half a cup of water. She tilts her head back and drinks it down in a few gulps. She says this is enough. I remain on the wide sofa. After drinking, she puts down the cup. Her eyes curve as she looks at me. She smiles while speaking. Then Lin Mishua leans gently toward me. Her lips part slightly. She breathes warm air toward me. She laughs and tells me to smell. She insists there is no smell now. I sit there on the soft sofa. My face shows helpless amusement. I frown a little, then lift my hand. I gently push her cute figure away. I pretend to dislike it. I tell her to shoo. Before sleeping later, she had better brush properly. My mouth complains, but in my heart, I mutter. There really is no smell. I watch her from the sofa. Lin Mishua sees my reaction. She immediately bursts into laughter. She teases that I still act picky. As she says it, she turns toward the bathroom. When she comes back, she is holding a clean mop. She bends and mops seriously. I sit on the wide soft sofa, watching her mop so earnestly. I cannot help calling her name. I tell Lin Mishua she is a little enchantress. She looks up and fires back at me. She says Su Fuhai is no decent man. Then she tells me to wait. Tonight, she will teach me a lesson. I laugh and tell her fine. Tomorrow, she had better not complain. I sit on the wide sofa and cannot help wondering, why do I not dislike Lin Mishua? Not only do I not dislike her, I honestly admire her a little. After thinking for a while, I decide she is simply too skilled, clearly scheming. Yet somehow she makes people comfortable. You just cannot hate her. Annoying magic. Just then, my phone rings. I take it out and look. It is Jonah calling. She says she is at the gate. She wants me to tell security. After I answer, Jonah speaks. Her voice is cold and slightly rushed. Then the guard asks if I am Mr. Su. A Ms. Zhou is outside looking for me. A moment later, a respectful voice comes through. I say yes, I own Unit 601, Building 6. I tell him to let Jonah in. I say it politely. The guard on the line still speaks with respect. A short while later, the doorbell rings. I get up and go to the door, then pull open the security door. Jonah stands outside in a black suit. She carries that familiar designer bag. There she stands opposite me. Her face is covered in frost. She says nothing. After staring at me briefly, she strides into the living room. She studies the huge, luxurious room. Her chest rises hard several times. Then she stammers Lin Mishua's nickname. She is about to say something, then notices Lin Mishua mopping. Lin Mishua asks why Zhou Na is here. Seeing Lin Mishua here, Zhou Na's anger turns into shock. Lin Mishua says Zhou Na already divorced me. I watch Lin Mishua's face, so full of surprise and panic. I secretly find it hilarious. Women really are born actors. Zhou Na suddenly turns and storms to me. She points at Lin Mishua and demands answers. She asks what is going on. Why is Mishua here? I ignore Zhou Na's angry outburst. I walk straight back to the sofa, then lazily address Lin Mishua. I tell Lin Mishua to explain herself. Lin Mishua quickly puts down the mop. She carefully walks to Zhou Na. She tucks away a fallen strand of hair, then softly explains to Nana. She asks Zhou Na not to be angry. Things are not what she thinks. Seeing Zhou Na's chest heaving, Lin Mishua looks flustered. She hurriedly explains that Brother Su bought this house through her company. After the 30 million mansion deal, Brother Su was directly upgraded. He became their company's distinguished client and gets dedicated specialist service. After that, Lin Mishua says Brother Su chose her as his specialist. She claims she resisted at first. She did not want to take the job, but the company was firm. They clearly told her that if she refused service, they would fire her on the spot. She reminds Nana that she knows that old little rental of hers eats over half her monthly salary. If she gets fired, she says she can only sleep on the street. As Lin Mishua says this, her eyes instantly redden. Watery grievance flickers in them. She takes several deep breaths. Only then does she hold the tears back. After hearing Lin Mishua's tearful act, most of Zhou Na's suspicion fades. She gently pats Lin Mishua's back and softly comforts her. Zhou Na tells Lin Mishua it is fine. She calls her Mimi. She vows to get justice for her. She says this is outrageous. She accuses me of bullying her best friend. Then she turns and glares at me. Her face burns with anger. She questions me about buying the house, then says she will not argue that part yet. She says I know Mimi is her best friend, yet I still chose her for exclusive service, and even made her mop for me on purpose. She asks how I can be so excessive. Watching Zhou Na slide toward madness, my face stays blank. I slowly stand up. I reach over and turn off the TV. I look at the emotional Zhou Na. My voice stays flat, not even a ripple. I admit it. I say I asked her for exclusive owner service. So what if I want her mopping here? Or washing my clothes? Or cooking for me? Or being my private driver? I ask what is wrong with that. I watch Zhou Na's face turn iron blue. I do not hold back at all. I add fuel to her fire. I say I will also be with her and have her keep me company every day. I ask so what? Hearing that last line, Zhou Na's eyes instantly turn red. She screams my name wrong and calls me a bastard. She calls me a jerk and says she is not done with me. Then Zhou Na charges like a mad beast. She rushes right at me. Her right hand swings high. Fury sends it clawing at my face, as if I expected it already. I catch her wrist with one hand. Then I coldly address Zhou Na. If she can talk properly, she can sit down and talk. If she keeps acting insane, she should not blame me for being rude. With her wrist locked in my grip, Zhou Na grows even crazier. She shrieks about me being rude. She says she wants to see how. She calls me a bastard again, and says she will tear me apart today. Seeing Zhou Na kick and curse like mad, Lin Mishua quickly steps in to coax her. I watch Zhou Na getting worse, so I tighten my grip and toss her onto the sofa. The soft cushion keeps her safe, but her anger only rises. She grabs the green tea cup and hurls it at me. I dodge it. The cup shatters and knocks over the fruit plate. I ask if she is done causing trouble. That smashed cup costs 6,000. She freezes, then acts tough. I ask if she should not pay. What are we to each other now? Who allowed her to smash my things? I demand compensation. Is there a problem? I ask coldly. Zhou Na glares at me arrogantly. She screams my name. She tells me not to scare her. What do I mean, my house? She tells me half of this house belongs to her. She can smash anything she wants. What can I do about it? After hearing me, Zhou Na instantly feels guilty. Her fingers curl slightly without control. She clenches her hem, then quickly steadies her panic. She remembers her parents' perfect plans. Her confidence returns instantly. Her mouth turns stubborn again. She sticks out her neck and shouts that half is hers. Hearing her words, I almost laugh from pure anger. A cold mocking curve appears on my lips. I wipe away every trace of a smile and look coldly at Zhou Na's flushed face. Then I speak slowly. I repeat that she said half this house is hers. So I want to ask her, does she understand the law? She is educated, supposedly. So how can she say something that ridiculous? Zhou Na explodes at once. She slaps the table hard. With resentment in her eyes, she screams my name. She tells me not to lecture her about law. She asks why, before our divorce, I hid so much money from her. She says she never saw it coming. I looked so honest normally, but apparently it was all an act. She says she lived with me for 16 years. Yet I never bought her a decent designer bag. Now we have just divorced, and I instantly pull out 30 million to buy this amazing Riverview flat. She asks if my conscience hurts. Zhou Na sits there scolding me. The more she talks, the more wronged she sounds. At last, her eyes redden with tears. But facing her tearful misery show, I feel no softness at all. I let out a flat, humorless scoff, then keep speaking calmly, without sentiment. For the sake of our past marriage, I will not pursue her barging in here or causing trouble in my home. But she had better remember, this is absolutely the last time. Also, words need truth and evidence. 16 whole years. My salary went to her every month, not a cent missing. How much I kept? She knows better than anyone. If she says I hid money, fine. Then bring out proof. If there is no evidence, she should stop spouting nonsense here. After hearing me, Jonah shoots to her feet. She glares hard at me. She says evidence? Fine. She warns me not to think no proof means nothing. She says she has ways to deal with me. She tells me plainly, she will definitely get evidence. Now this is a society ruled by law. Everything depends on law and reason. She has hired the best lawyer. She tells me to wait for court. After hearing all that, I cannot help laughing. I say fine, I will wait for her lawyer's letter. I repeat the same thing. As long as she brings proof, forget half. I can give her everything. Jonah says fine, Su Fuhai. She says I said it myself and tells me to remember it. She says it angrily. I say yes, I said it. Go let the lawyer investigate. Also, if there is nothing else, can she leave now? I ask with a smile. Hearing that, Jonah looks around again, then suddenly says we should remarry. She turns to look at me, with her arms crossed. She calmly proposes remarriage. I ask if she's joking. I stare in disbelief and repeat the question, but she insists she is serious. She even uses our child as an excuse. She says she wants to give Ranran a complete home. After hearing her, I fall silent for a beat. My brain politely asks for a reboot. I go completely speechless. Looking at this woman before me, I truly wonder where she buys this much nerve.